Good morning and welcome to another refreshing edition of the most watched breakfast show on Nigeria television.
Yeah, what you don't know is that she's really cold and she's shivering and she's refusing hugs from me.
No,
I've tried all morning, people.
Never offered. Stop lying.
Okay, I'm offering now.
Nah.
In any case, it's Wake Up Nigeria. It's another good day to work towards making your dream a reality.
Time to definitely stop believing that story replaying in your head and live the one right in front of you. Wake up, literally.
Nice. Let's see what you did there. Very good, very good. Time to rewrite those narratives, people. Something your life needs. You know, some little discipline and maybe not too much motivation. But in any case, let's talk about the beautiful person in our kitchen here this morning.
Matching from head
what is going on,
from
girl?
lip to shoe.
Yes, we decided to go a little gothic today with a little bit of decency, you know, just trying to, you know, look corporate in our attire, but I hope you're making the effort.
Do you feel weird?
Why would you?
Wow, really? 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 I missed you, Winfrey. I actually did.
You too, definitely. Oh, that's good. All right.
Mazino, don't be jealous. Calm down.
Talk to.
Calm down.
It's all good.
As you all know, it's our Thursday edition, and we have so much lined up for you. So welcome once again. My name is Winfrey, Daniel Kola.
Of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. Remember, you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a big part of the show here. We welcome this.
Definitely. And remember, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere you are across the globe. Make sure you just download our mobile app on Google Play Store and, of course, the iOS.
And please remember to follow us across all these social media handles: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and, of course, Twitter at TVC Connect. It's that easy.
Yeah, so now let's get on to what we have lined up for you guys today.
Just before we move on, we have to say big congratulations to Nigeria.
Yes,
the Super Eagles. Okay, no, I almost want to say happy birthday, but hey, congrats. We won the group with 9 points. We won
did.
all 3
After
matches.
so much talk, by the way, from the Guineans who said that they would rather die than lose to Nigeria.
You know, we know that they meant that figuratively, but then because of the banter, we're going to take them by their word literally.
Yeah, we're attending the funeral.
I watched a bit of the match yesterday. Yes, the first goal was by the. I know he has a Muslim name.
Yeah, Sadiq Umar.
Sadiq Umar, cute guy, by the way.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that what you are watching?
I mean, why else what would you be watching except that? Hey, don't come for me. Don't come for me.
Yeah, but anyways. No, thank you. Leave it.
Show them the shoes. I want to show them it matches your lipstick.
Before we go, MM has been looking pink this week. I don't know what's happening.
I'm always
going on. I always look
pink. Stop whining yourself.
Knows the reason.
When I say I'm looking pink, I'm not, I don't say because, some people just want to say because I want to make you feel good. I'm not saying it because I want to make you feel good. I'm saying it because it's true. You're looking penga.
Thank you.
So forget how you're always looking pink. No, you're not. You don't always look pink.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mike.
I don't know where to draw the compliment.
No, but Mike cannot lie to me, actually. Mike is very...
come on, we say that. So that when we compliment, we know you mean it. We're not trying to make you... We're not aspiring to pacify.
I would like everybody to know I've never ever been complimented on this show. But it's okay.
That's a lie.
Okay, so you know one thing Mazino does?
Yeah?
When a certain compliment is going to say, he finds a way, to make it about him. Mazino.
Like, I'm not just complimented you and you're not going to
Thank you.
that?
I will not deny
the moment.
I will not deny the fact that I love attention, and I doubt that everybody here loves that attention. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on television.
Well, Mazino, you also get your own measure of attention, just in little bits and pieces. Manage it.
But by the way,
I know you like it in quantum.
If this denim jacket gets missing, don't look for it.
I'll take that as a compliment. Let's do the weather. Welcome to Thursday edition here for Wake Up Nigeria. Let's begin with the news, and we begin with the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, as they have called on the federal government to ensure the electoral bill is signed into law before the release of the 2023 general election timetable. Now, this appeal was made by the Commission's chairman, Mahmoud Yakubu, at a meeting with civil society organizations in Abuja. Maria Mohammed reports.
Have always called for free, fair and credible elections, having not been satisfied by the unethical practices Nigerians have employed to get votes since the advent of democratic governance in the country. It is why most Nigerians are interested in the signing into law of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill. They feel it will address many lapses in the electoral process in the country. At this meeting, the INEC chairman urges stakeholders and civil society organizations to sensitize youth and other category of voters to ensure they go beyond registration by coming out to vote.
To work with all stakeholders, especially civil society organizations, to sensitize the youth and other categories of voters to ensure that beyond registration, they come out and vote on election day. We should not simply lament, criticize, and condemn. We must get involved for the good of our democracy and the nation.
The CSOs, on their part, agreed to support INEC in their cause to ensure successful elections, but also want the President to give quickly assent to the Electoral Amendment Bill in order to meet the timeline for the elections.
This support from the civil society organization towards ensuring that these elections are conducted successfully and credibly and peaceful. All hands need to be on deck.
Civil society organizations want INEC to make adequate preparations in order to ensure success in the upcoming election. Maria Mohammed, TVC News, Abuja.
Now, the Japanese ambassador to Nigeria, Ambassador Matsunaga Kazuyoshi, has commended the efforts of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. The ambassador stated this, that Nigerians in Japan are doing well and are good ambassadors of Nigeria. Ambassador Kazuyoshi stated this while he visited the chairman, CEO, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Honorable Abike Dabiru-Erewa in Abuja. Ambassador Matsunaga Kazuyoshi, his visit to the commission is to promote grassroots exchange system between the people of Nigeria and Japan. Honorable Abike Dabiru-Erewa, in her response, said she is impressed with the good report of Nigerians in Japan by the envoy. She confirmed that there is a strong union of Nigerians in Japan who are doing great things.
4 million the Japanese national living abroad, but Nigeria more than 10 times more. Yeah, so I feel the more important for this commission, to take care of the Nigerian diaspora. Yeah, so I was so impressed with the role of this commission.
I'm also glad that you're telling us good things about Nigerians living in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I've always said so that Nigerians are doing great things all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that bad news travels fast. So we're glad that we have a lot of Nigerians in Japan that are doing very well. We have a few that are not doing quite so well, but every country has them.
Right.
So thank you for the visit. And we also hope that, like you said, it's very important, the people-to-people relationship at the grassroots level. The Nigerians living in Japan with the Japanese they're living with. How do we coordinate better and have a better relationship?
Yes, indeed, every country does have some bad apples.
Welcome back. Yes, we're watching Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for the newspaper headlines. And I'll be starting with The Nation. We have here at the header, Governors tighten grip on APC ahead convention. We have State Houseman to shortlist 2 aspirants for chair. Zoning battle rages convention guidelines out. And at the very top, right above the masthead, we have EFCC creases AMCON MD over sold assets. Kuru defends integrity. We have that on page 5. And right beside it, we have Kanu's trial continues February 16th. We have 1 billion naira damages for IPOB chief. We have that on page 5 as well. And of course, to the very right, we have Tinubu clarifies position on PVC. Cards don't expire. We have that on page 5 as well. And that will be all I'll be taking for The Nation. And I'll be moving to the Daily Trust. And we have convention, APC to pick chair from 4 contenders. Aspirants lobby Buhari's men. As convention timetable released, Yari Sheriff Yuguda edged out. President has final say. Crisis persists in Zamfara, Sokoto, Abia, Benue chapters. We have that on page 5 and on page 15. And at the very top, right below the masthead, we have vehicle registration portal fails as importers decry delays at ports. We have that on page 24. And right beside that, we have electoral bill fresh controversy as Senate reps approve different versions. We have that on page 14. Abdusalami Sultan, all this to grace Daily Trust Dialogue today, and we have that on page 4. And that will be all I'll be taking for the Daily Trust. I'll be moving quickly on to Nigerian News Direct. We have Senate reamends electoral bill, approves direct, indirect, or consensus for parties' primaries. We have that on page 3. And at the very top, we have LASG acquires 2 new high-speed trains for Red Line Rail project. On page 2, Dangote Refinery to reduce Africa's petroleum importation by 36%. APPO, page 2. And NCDMB, Navy, to collaborate on vessel compliance security. And we have that on page 3. And that'll be all for the newspaper headlines today. And right about now, we'll actually go for some fact findings. And when we come back, Coffee Gist. Stay tuned.
Family. You know that popular saying, family is everything.
Yeah.
Don Toretto. Yeah, Don Toretto. You come out, I don't have friends.
I have family.
I have family. You know, so, you know, and then I always remember, I never forget this, I think it was on an episode of the Braxton Family Values, where she goes like, I love my family, but I don't always like my family. Says, I don't like you guys. You know, so Davido has been trending. He's always trending. He always has one thing. But then this one is quite interesting. His cousin and his uncle are vying for the same ticket.
Oh,
governorship for Osun State.
Yeah.
It shows that there might be a problem, because if in our family we can't sort ourselves out and give one person full support, there's a problem, isn't there?
Well, it depends what you want the outside world to see. There's something called inside life in local parlance. And I'd like to think that at the end of the day, benefits. I don't know whether largesses are shared when people win or anything, but I'd like to think that whoever wins at the end of the day. But to create that instance of a bit of, you know, conflict might just be what people want you to see, so everything seems fair. If you get what I mean. Have you ever thought about it that way?
Possibility. Yes, there is, no matter how small. I can agree with you, because look, I fully agree. You said everything, yes, it can be there, but it's hard to, so I put myself in that. I thought about my cousin, I thought about my uncle. So, of course, the cousin's father is the same brother. Yeah. They are brothers. So, you know, my uncle, that's the guy's uncle. And, you know, and I'm thinking, and then okay, so what really got out, Davido made mention of how his father gave Dele, who is the cousin, gave him his first house. His mother, who passed on early, brought him up like hers. You know, and there was something about his statement and him bringing the dead mother into it. And he also said, look, my mother passed on young. I would not bring Auntie Vero. That's talking about Davido's mom. So it was kind of messy. It was personal. There were personal babs and all that. It looked really...
Okay, something similar has happened to someone that I know, where the cousin and his uncle were vying for the same position.
Wow.
And then it felt really awkward because they were all saying that, I mean, first off, it's a family. There should have been a meeting.
Yeah, because if you put all that strength behind one person, you might achieve better.
Exactly, because there's no joy in the vision, because now the family is divided. The cousins have their own supporters, uncle has his own supporters. But this is something that they should have agreed on. Okay, so let's pick one person for this tenure, and then pick somebody else. Maybe give it space, but there has to be that agreement to show that, okay, it's as a family. Is family perfect? No, it's not. But in this case where, you know, putting your dirty linens in the public, in this regard,
the personal stuff
exactly, out. It's not needed. It's not. It's taking the attention away from the crux of the matter. They're vying for a position here. They need people.
A position of servitude, by the way.
Exactly.
So I don't see why this is such a...
It's not necessary at all.
Is family everything? What has family ever shocked you in any way?
Family don't shock me. It don't do me like this.
The funny thing is, family is everything to me, regardless of whatever happens. But at the same time, I believe family gets to you more than anything else. I believe my first heartbreak was from family. But at the same time, you understand that, okay, in the end, that's where you're meant to learn everything from. did you get? So I think for me, family over the years have tested my strength in forgiving. But then again, I think that's what it really is, because in the end of everything, as human beings, we cannot go beyond. We can't go beyond disagreement. So after all of that, you still have to come back and
together,
find a way to settle all of that.
It doesn't always
as regards
happen
the
that
whole
way.
thing, yeah, of course, definitely, what said is right on. I mean, you put all that energy behind one person. You understand how it's better, use a typical broom, that example of how it's scattered, it can do much, but when it comes together, it achieves more and all of that. But in the end of everything, I like to say there's no hard and fast rule.
Yeah.
Right.
Fact. Remember this was also happened with the Sarakis. With the Sarakis in the political space. Talking about the political space. And it begs the question, where do I draw the line with family? How much can I forgive? How much can I take? Because it may have to get to the point where you draw the line. There's some people that are incorrigible. There's people who will never learn when it comes to family. There's people who always, so where do I draw the line? Like, hey, come on, keep up. But like you said, there is no hard and fast rule.
You know how funny politics can be, and I'll give you an instance. The last election, there was a particular person, I think everybody knows him. We call him our Uncle Dango. I'm not going to finish it. But this guy was in 2 different pictures with the 2 different parties.
Aspirants.
And then at the end, he was actually, what I'm trying to say is that whether you like it or not, it could be whoever wins, I'm going to pitch my tent with at the end of the day. So all this one going on right now is just,
everyone's orientation is different.
Yeah.
How you handle family different
from how they handle family. But just, I'd rather do my best not to err, at least not get personal. And I'm talking about my dead parents and all that, bringing it out.
That's too much.
That's
My
a little bit
concern
too
is
much.
just focus on the fact that this is supposed to be a position of servitude.
Of servitude,
It's not a win.
But unfortunately, we're in a climate where that is not important. So we have to go now, people, and we're asking you, is family really everything to you? Let us know on all our social media platforms at TVC Connect.
Let us know.
We'll be waiting to hear from you.
Let us know.
We've got to take a quick break now, people. Stay with us.
Let us know.
Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. And yes, it's time for my favorite part of the show. I hope it is yours too, the kitchen segment. And yes, with me this morning is Chef Nice Splash. Hello.
Morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
All right. So this morning we are making unripe plantains with garden egg sauce. Ooh, yummy. I know. Right. Now let's talk about the ingredients in Splash.
Okay. The ingredients are the garden egg, normal garden egg that is in the market.
Okay.
Then we have the crayfish, seasoning, salt, pepper, and the plantain.
Okay.
With palm oil.
Palm oil. So we're using the palm oil for what
For
exactly?
the sauce, to make the sauce.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's the process for the plantain?
We're going to peel the plantain, boil it, and boil this one to when it gets soft, we mash it, then make the sauce with it.
Okay. I'm on your screen right there, the ingredients, people. I hope you, it's all right there right now. So grab a pen and a paper and scribble those ingredients down. It's something that you'd like to try out. Maybe today, tomorrow, over the weekend. Please do. And yes, if this is one recipe that you'd like to make for our Wake Up Nigeria cookout. I know you've been seeing that promo has been running for a while now. Well, we're in preparations for that. If this is something that you'd like to try out, and you post a video and send to us using the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria Cookout. And yes, do not forget to tag us at TVC Connect as well. And yes, so let's get cooking. So first we are boiling our unripe plantains, right?
We need to boil this first so that it can get soft.
Okay, so how much of this are we boiling? Are we like cooking it so it's like really soft?
Yeah, make it soft so that we can match it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after mashing, let's get cooking now. Let's.
Okay.
This is a very easy recipe and very healthy too. I know that many of us have, resorted to our fitness, to healthy eating since after the holidays. I know we ate so much to eat. So we're just eating. And now we are all resorting to healthy eating. I'm on that ship as well, guys. Yes, I am. So this is one recipe that you should try out. I'm definitely going to try this out over the weekend. I am a fan of garden egg sauce, by the way. Right now, we're just waiting for our water to heat up, right?
Yeah.
And then we start boiling our garden eggs.
Yeah.
Right. Can you use a blender to blend if you're not mashing it?
Yeah, I can use a blender to blend when it is very soft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, just in case you don't know how to cook unripe plantains, can you please tell us how to cook unripe plantains.
After peeling it, you wash it and cut it to your desired shapes.
Okay. Do you cook it with peel?
Yeah, most times I cook with the peel, but I don't really like it because it gets sticks to the pot. So I don't want that to happen. So I have to peel it. Yeah.
Okay. And then you cook it like that. Okay, so for how long do you add salt or do you add anything to it while cooking?
You add salt to it while cooking it, so it will be tasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. The screen on the screen right there are the ingredients, just in case you missed out on it. This morning we are making unripe plantains and garden egg sauce. Yeah. So there are a lot of nutrients that are packed in here, guys. I mean, you do not even want to know plantains. That's why it's also always a great choice for those who are on a fitness journey. You have your unripe plantains, and then for the garden egg. Ooh, guys, the nutrients in garden eggs, do not even underestimate it at all. But either way, you're going to start cooking in a bit, waiting for water to heat up, and then we start mashing those garden eggs once they're soft. And we have to head over to the couch now with Mike. Hey, Mike.
Thank you, MM. I'm looking forward to how that will look like when you and Chef NC are done. Now, we're going to have a very interesting discussion today because we're going to be talking about impact when it comes to the youth. Modi Daniel Chinedu, our guest today, is the founder and executive director of Students Without Borders International, which was founded in 2006. He's a managing director of Swift Elevators Limited. And of course, so far, it's quite uncountable, but he has impacted Africans in their tens of thousands. It is great to have you. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm great to be here.
So you need to teach me the French equivalent of Students Without Borders, which was how it started, yeah? What's it?
Sure. It's Étudiants Sans Frontières International.
Étudiants Sans Frontières International. You started in Benin. Okay, can you just tell us about a bit about how it started?
Well, in 2003, I left Nigeria to Benin Republic. My dad is an engineer. So he's the one that actually coined that Swift Elevators Limited into lift. So when I get to Benin, of course, we all know that Benin is a French country. So on getting there to communicate becomes a problem because I'm an English-speaking person. So I have to enroll in a school. So when I enrolled in that school, in my class, we have 13 nationalities.
Wow.
So, and I remember there's a particular woman that the husband was Doctors Without Borders. That's Dr. Sanfontier. So that's where the inspiration came from. So,
right? I like that.
Towards the end of the program, that's when we are rounding up, like end of the year, you know. So they were like, okay, we are going to have end of the year party. Dan, we know that you are so social, you are good in doing things. How do you think we can do this? Well, and I said, well, I don't just do parties. I do parties that impact. So I now told them to give me some time. Let's see what can come out of it.
Okay.
So I now said, okay, let's do an award and let's reward each country best student. And that's how the name came out. So when I go into my inner closet, that word Student Without Borders, Students Sans Frontières came up.
Was born.
And that's how I was born. So,
wonderful.
Yes.
Now, you have a passion. We consider you have a passion to impact the youth and all of that. How did that passion develop?
Well, I think right from school, I remembered I was a member of JCI, Juniors Chamber International. Then from there, Rotary Club. So they groomed me to be what I am today. Then I remember Leap Africa International too. Then a couple of them. So I just, the passion is actually there because there are certain times that most of our program is self-funded. So there are certain times I will just sit down and look at what I've spent. I'm like, why are you doing all this? I'm not doing it again. And before you know it, I find myself doing it again. So it's a calling for me. All
right, wonderful. And that calling has led you to have symposiums, conferences and all of that.
Yes.
You're having one today. Now, you're talking about digital skills for leaders.
Yes.
Well, in a country that doesn't look like it has embraced technology so much, I mean, the world is talking about NFTs, crypto, the metaverse.
Yes.
A lot of things are, but then as a country, we have not embraced the digital era so much. I mean, look at TV, we're expecting to digitalize, about 6 years back now, we're still where we are.
Crawling.
But how important is it for the young people of today to find a way to embrace the digital life, irrespective of their locale?
Yes, that's one thing we are teaching, let me put it that way. If you see that in the Nigerian system education, especially, let me use the computer science department. Of course, I've met a lot of people that, despite the fact that they are students of computer science, they don't even know how to operate a computer.
That was how it was for us in school. They just used to solve maths.
Exactly. you know that. So now we have to come practical, because Nigeria has gone to a place where we just have to teach young people. We just have to groom them. Because one thing we lack in Africa, especially in Africa, is mentorship. If you're in the US or outside the country, you see that maybe a young person wants to become maybe a pilot. Now, at the tender age, the person already has a pilot that is already mentoring that person. So his sense belonging, everything about him is already thinking pilot. So not until he gets to the classroom, there's someone there that is already put him in place. This is what you do. This is how you do it. By the time you get to the class, this is what you expect, you know. So with that, he's growing up with that. So the system is already in that person.
You know, this is
understand?
So, what you're saying is so profound. And I'm not taking a shot at anybody or religion, but it happens in Nigeria mostly with religion. We see that kids from a young age are impacted directly maybe by their parents or their religious leaders, and they grow to be like that. So that means that if we take that, you know, that blueprint, which we use in religion, into other aspects, from a young age. So we see 2-year-olds who come out and try to mimic the religious leaders.
Have you heard about the Igbo apprenticeship now?
Talk to me about that.
Oh, great. In fact, the Harvard has to come to Nigeria to come and explain. You know, when the Igbos, their marketers, we all know they're marketers now, they always have someone they pick and they train that person and settle that person and empower that person.
Wow.
Do you understand? So they set up that person. Maybe the person is going to serve them for 7 years. Then after you have been served, then they settle you, they empower you, and you own your own shop. Then you become a boss of your own. So, and that has been working for them very well. So if such things are being put into the country that way, that is, you know, they just, in every field, that's their own field, trade, you understand?
Yes, exactly.
Now, the same thing is applicable to every field.
To every field, it is.
So by the time we do all these things, and, you know, I remember doing a program in Benin Republic, we call it anti-corruption education. I did a press conference, and I got a call from the presidency. And when I got there, he was like, the attaché, there is someone that was, you know, but that was my first time of entering the president palace. And they're like, what gave you the inspiration of doing this? Of course, I said, that's what I'm training, because I'm trained at the EFCC training school, Abuja, for integrity class. So I teach integrity class. And they're like, so I did that program in the University of Abomey-Calavi, Republic of Benin, and I discovered that most of their students did not attend, but I have people from other countries, Nigeria, Ghana, and all that, they were there. So I need to find out why the host is not attending. Now, when I carried out my research, and they were telling me that, no, conferences are not for students. Government conferences are for politicians.
Officials,
yes, you understand. I'm like, what? In this age? No, it's not possible. So I have to meet with my HOD. Then we now started, you know, counseling them that there are certain things you need to learn in a conference that they won't teach you in the classroom. You understand? So from there, you know.
Wonderful. I could spend 2 hours talking with you. This is so insightful, and I am learning as much as I'm receiving. But we have to round up. Let's just talk about the conference today. Just what are the details? It's free for people, right?
Yes, it's actually free. It's leadership and digital skills. That's what we're teaching. And the team says leaders need digital skills. Of course, if you are a leader, you should be able to operate your phone yourself. You should be able to do things yourself. Of course, we have an example of the ex-president of the US. He's always on Twitter at all times. You understand? So these are the things that we are trying to imbibe on young people.
Okay, so the venue at the time?
Yeah, the venue is American Corner, is along Airport Road, Ikeja, and it's by 10 a.m. this morning.
All right, thank you. It
you
was great
so
talking
much.
to you.
It's a pleasure, my brother.
All right, okay.
Thank you.
All right, that's it. We'll just take this time out now. Don't go anywhere. There's still quite more to come on the show.
And we are back, people. Yes, it's the Wake Up Nigerian. Yes, with me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Nice Splash. Hey.
Yeah.
What's Nice Splash? What inspired the name, though?
Splash.
Nice Splash.
Nsi.
Nsi.
Yes.
Oh, Nsi. What's Nsi?
From Nsison. Nsison is my name.
Oh, you're my sister. Yeah. And you've been acting like, yeah, I'm just here to cook and go.
I don't know.
Is this someone Abadi?
Idiaka.
Yes. So anyways, this morning we are making both unripe plantains and garden egg sauce. You should have brought a little bit of ibibio with you now. Like, maybe ikman kukwa.
Yes, that one is coming.
It's
soon.
coming, right? Anyways, let's talk about our ingredients for this morning.
Okay, we have the garden egg. It's cooking already. Then the plantain, and we have the crayfish, salt, seasoning, and pepper with oil.
Okay.
So we use the oil for the sauce.
Okay. Let's talk about the process for the sauce. Because I want to imagine, or I want to believe that everyone can boil plantains. Yeah. It's basically just put it in the pot, add water to it. Go through the process, please.
Okay.
Explain to them how to boil plantain.
Plantain. You put on your water first on fire, then you allow it to cook well, then you add your plantain, add your salt, and allow it to cook.
And let's go through the ingredients again, just in case you missed out on it earlier on. We're going to run through it and go, Assistant.
We have salt, onions, palm oil, plantain, crayfish, seasoning, dry pepper, and garden egg.
Now let's move over to the process for our garden egg sauce. How are we making it?
Okay, after cooking the garden egg, you cook it to be very soft.
Yeah.
So you can match with either spoon or with the blender or with mortar. You can pound it too. Yes, you can mash it with the mortar and pestle.
So it actually depends on how you want it. Do you want it still chunky, or you want it really smooth, or you want it rough?
Yes. So it depends on you. Then you use your onions. Add your red oil to the palm oil, add it to the pot, allow it to be hot.
Okay.
Then add the onions, and you add the garden egg that is mashed already.
Okay.
Add your seasoning and little of crayfish, then test it. Allow it to simmer for maybe 3 to 4 minutes, then bring it down. Serve it with
your plantain. What else? What other options can we use alongside our garden egg sauce?
You can go with yam, you can go with white yam, you can go with potato, and what else? Yeah, you can go with yam and potato.
Yeah. And then
some people use it to eat, use swallow to eat it with.
Swallow?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a soup?
Yes. People take it as soup.
Okay. Never heard of that one before, and I'm definitely not going to try it. So, but hey, if you want to. Oh, well, good. All right, now, so we're waiting for our garden eggs to cook up. Things are getting pretty nice and dandy here in the kitchen, but we have to move over for some art display with Mazinga.
And welcome. It's time for some art now. And today, being a Thursday, we have very remarkable artwork with us here in the studio. And of course, we have Antonia Ndukauba. Did I get that right?
You got that.
Now, she's a painter who superimposes organic lines and also solid color patterns to create layered figurative portraits exposing the powerful vulnerability of our bare selves. That is a mouthful, by the way, but I can see now that I'm looking at your portraits or your pictures, your paintings, what you mean exactly by that. You are welcome, Antonia.
Thank you so much.
Now, I'm not going to pronounce the other name because I think I murdered it. I'm so sorry.
Antonia is okay for now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd like to say, when I saw your pictures the first time, I thought that, wow. And I think that's what most people say when they see them. First off, it races at you with the very bright colors that you have on them, and then you're now focusing on the form that's on it.
Yeah.
But what would you describe your art as?
It's actually, for now, I would call that a figurative art, more like abstract figurative. And I'm still exploring.
Okay, so you're still evolving.
Exactly. So my previous works were more of post-impressionist style, which is more like taking pictures, then painting them to your own style, the way you want. But I can see that I'm evolving into this abstract style. I cannot call it just abstract because there's more to it. There's life even in the abstract form.
Yeah.
And yeah, figurative abstract.
I would like to start with this very big red painting we have here in front of us. And it's of a lady whom I believe looks very much like you. I can't help but it's just, I can see you in it. And I also noticed that you also love the human form as much as I do. You have no idea. I think that the best thing God made was the human form.
Actually.
And it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I love paintings of the human body bare, actually. And your abstract form of that kind of work is what attracts me to it, also because of the use of plenty of space there and the colors. So talk us through that one, which I believe is you.
Yeah, I didn't believe that's me because, I mean, I'm the creator.
Yeah.
I actually titled this one It's Time because, while I was on a residency in Ibadan at Anaheim, at Gallery, so I was really experiencing a lot of stuff, and at some point I knew that I needed to move from that environment. But before then, I had to document some of the personal, in fact, I wanted to respond to my emotional experiences, and I felt like for this one, I needed to
express a certain...
create or document the points, the feeling, or that point where I felt like, okay, I've gotten to the point where I can actually call myself a studio artist, like a practicing artist, and not based on just being a graduate of fine arts, but that I can actually, it's time for me to be out there.
You've designed your own style and you wanted to express that style and put it out there no matter what people think.
Exactly, in a way, because I wouldn't say this is going to be my endpoint style. I am evolving.
There is another one of your paintings that we couldn't have on air because it was quite, even if it was abstract, it was still very graphic. And for me, that's brilliant. It's fantastic. If not it's an early morning show, maybe we would show that on our Instagram page. That kind of painting, did you come, is it something, how did you come about it and what do people think of it? Do people see you as, I thought you were Omojesu, why are you painting this kind of picture, that kind of thing?
Oh, okay. Thanks for the question.
She said thanks.
They don't know the painting we're talking about, but I believe they will get to see it on my Instagram page. But it's, I don't know if I should use some words, but God created us through the meeting of the man and the woman. And for that, I believe that there's just this core relationship between a man and a woman. And I'm not so bothered about what people think about my art and the subject matters because I am the creator and I have to accept it first before you can accept it, not the other way around. So yes, Omojesu, it came from God.
It came from God.
You wouldn't exist if the togetherness didn't happen. So
Just to put a bit more color to that picture we're talking about, which we can't show, it actually has it's a picture of a man and a woman sitting on a chair with a male member very obvious in it, and I thought it was beautiful. Let's talk about these ones here. We have this lady who's sitting down on a couch, obviously enjoying herself with some red wine. Is that an expression of you when you're having some good times as well?
Actually, that's what I look like when I'm having a good time.
You have to invite me sometimes.
Don't worry, you'll be good.
But what's it titled?
Now I've forgotten.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Let's do the other one there.
Yes.
What is that one? I see that that's a lady who's looking at a mirror. And inside of the mirror, there's someone looking back at her. It's a different form of her. It's a clowny type face. What is it titled?
Curiosity.
Curiosity. Okay. So what are you trying to tell here?
Okay. While still on the journey, and then being in Ibadan, I actually got to become best friends with my mirror in my room, and for every day, every passing hour and time, I was always, kind of glued or obsessed with looking at the mirror to see what I'm actually evolving into as a woman, a biological woman. And I got to see some changes and all, and it wasn't looking like what I see on the media, the societal standard of beauty and all.
Instagram.
So, everywhere actually. So when I see when I look into the mirror, I actually see kind of a clown, like a joke. I mean, I think some people feel that. But other days I feel like a boss chick and all. But sometimes I just you know, getting to see rows and, you know, I was looking like a bag of potato. And that is why I actually created the colors and patterns like bricks. You know, I didn't, you know, conform there. I didn't make it more harmonized like every other. Yeah, so I just felt like needed to put it out there to tell myself, together with the stickers on the wall.
Yeah, yeah, and there's a cat in there somewhere as well.
Yes.
Oh, so now I just saw the stickers. So it's you telling yourself.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I look at myself and see the clown, I would look at the wall and see the words of affirmation. Reminding me of the boss chick I am.
Nice.
And the cat is actually not existing for now, but I hope to be a pet mom, if that's the word.
You like animals?
Yeah, I do love animals.
Yeah, the
Dogs.
feline is your choice, or what?
Sorry?
Is the feline, the cats, is that your choice?
Not really, but cats are more like my... What do you call it?
It's okay, spirit animal.
Spirit animal, yeah.
I get it.
So,
we had a couple others that we were going to show on television. I don't know if we can. We're going to show these. You see some of the very beautiful, like that one there, the male face, and this one finished. Is that finished?
No, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Very abstract.
Yes.
I also noticed that you like biology, even in the words that you're talking about. You talk about anatomy. You talk about you know, people coming together to make life and all of that.
Yes.
It's a beautiful mode of expressing what you're thinking and how you want people to also interpret it. I think your art is fantastic. I think your use of color is so beautiful. It's so bright. And yeah, it's just amazing. Thank you very much, Antonia, for coming. We can't wait to see more of your work. Do let us know when the exhibition is going to be. We would like to be there to document it ourselves.
That would be so fantastic, and I wouldn't forget. Thank you for having me, actually.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Do stay tuned. We have more coming your way here inside of Wake Up Nigeria. We'll be back for the second hour here, and yeah, we'll deliver.
One more naira could actually make a whole lot of difference.
Yes, exactly. One more hour of Wake Up Nigeria is what you need every single morning. The doctor prescribed it. And that's why we give you what you have here. A dose every single morning of the feel-good breakfast show that you need to get you started, even if it's a Thursday.
Definitely and absolutely. Welcome to the second hour of your favorite breakfast show on all television across the world. Yes, I said it. It's been a fantastic morning so far, and our chef is definitely busy whipping up something special.
Our chef and MM, you guys, we can't wait to taste. MM, how's it going?
I'm not busy, so I didn't need to.
You're not serious. So my presence here is not enough to make sure that this food is ready.
Wow.
Anyways, well done to C Splash. Yes, she's been so hard at work. Well done. Our plantains are almost ready. We have that garden egg almost done as well. So we're going to get mashing in a bit, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, indeed, MM. All we need is your presence, nothing else. Just be beautiful. My name remains Mazino Appeal.
And I am Winfrey Diner Color. Remember, you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the show.
And remember, you can also watch us live from absolutely anywhere you might be across the world. All you need to do is have the mobile app downloaded on your phone, iOS or Google. It's all there for you.
Definitely. We also implore you to follow us across all social media handles and platforms. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Should I go on?
Yes, you might want to. Lolo.
You should just say I for TV, Lord.
Yeah, no, I don't know. In any case, second hour here. Good. Mike, what was that we were talking about before about being...
Timmy Dakolo.
Oh, okay. Timmy Dakolo, yeah.
I was wondering, you don't want to talk about, we just talk about football now.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, well, he posted a caption sometime last week saying that being famous doesn't mean you can't go broke. Yeah.
Okay, you can be famous and be broke.
Yeah, so you can be famous and still be broke.
Wait, this is the same guy whose birthday it is and who has posted, it's today, and he's posted his account number on his page.
It's now a trend after the video.
Is he telling us something after that post from last week and then this one
and
from
then this
today?
one, like he was preparing us for it and all of that.
Yeah.
Or he may just be catching cruise.
Maybe.
I mean, because everyone is...
Like us, there's some ones that are not famous and are still broke. So we don't understand.
But There
bro.
is so much pressure put on people who are in the eye of the public to actually maintain a certain standard. And we always think that they always have cash, always have money. You should check out their DM sometimes. It'll amaze you what people are expecting from them. So it's I mean, even you yourself, I'm sure you've also experienced it.
Because my DM,
send you
my
that.
DM is automatic. It will block you myself. But yes, but like you said, you hear things like, if they wear a cloth once, they can't repeat it.
Exactly.
I will repeat my cloth. Many times, I'm sure you've seen it before, you will still see it again. But hey, I don't know. What do you think, Danny?
Yeah,
I know you don't repeat clothes.
Okay. I honestly believe, yeah, of course. I think we all knew that being broke being famous doesn't mean you're broke. But at the same time, I think sometimes most of this brokenness comes from pressure you put on yourself by yourself.
Standards. Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, it's time to take the weather now, and we'll be right back after that.
Welcome back for the second hour here. Let's begin with the news. And we are starting about about a month ago now, the NLC had announced that it would embark on protest rallies across the country. And the date set was from the 27th of January. The purpose of the protest is to reject the planned increase in the price of premium motor spirit, PMS, popularly known as petrol, by the federal government. TVC's senior correspondent Sharon Ijasa reports that the Labour Union earlier today, or rather yesterday, held a closed-door meeting with civil society groups.
Ahead of the mass protest scheduled to hold on January 27, 2022, we can say that preparations are in top gear as the Nigerian Labour Congress and the civil society organizations are in a closed-door meeting here in Lagos, Nigeria. From observation, the national president of the Nigerian Labour Congress is actually attending a meeting and addressing workers. And from the look of things, we can say that mobilization has commenced, and it will take place, the protest will take place across all the states except the FCT.
They have made pronouncement clearly that by February, there will be a hike in the price of PMS. I think the National Economic Council proposed about 302 naira, and the Minister of Finance came also openly to make pronouncement about the policy. And therefore, we are saying that we reject that policy because it's going to inflict more hardship on Nigerians, particularly those on fixed wages and even those in the informal sector.
NSC said the action is actually intended to halt the intended hike in price of petrol. So this is a caution action. You may call it warning, but it's a protest that is actually geared in stopping government from taking undue policy action against Nigerians.
We're not doing mass protests for looking for solidarity on something that is impacting some other people, then you can be called a busybody. It's an action we're doing for ourselves.
This is just a warning protest. But if the government fails and the government, have to go ahead and implement this wicked policy and then we will mobilize Nigerians, we will mobilize everybody, and then it's going to be a total shutdown until the government referred back to the old order.
Recently, the president of the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria says is not against the removal of fuel subsidy if it's going to yield positive results. TUC is a counterpart of the Nigerian Labour Congress, but according to reports, there is a National Executive Council meeting which will be held very soon, and that will determine the next line of action. Sharon Ijaston, TVC News.
And that's all we have inside the news this morning. However, there's still so much happening inside of the kitchen, and please do let us know what this beautiful aroma we're smelling is.
You are. Good that you're catching up on it. Yeah, well, with me in the kitchen is Nsi Song, and she's known as Chef Nsi Splash. Yes, and this morning she's making all-ripe plantains with garden egg sauce. And as you can see here, I'm just going to open the lid of the pot so that we see what's going on here. Nice, right? We have our unripe plantains cooking already and our garden eggs in here. So we're going to take out the garden eggs soon, right?
Yeah.
And start mashing
it.
Now, see, take us through the ingredients for our garden egg sauce.
Okay, we have the onions, we have crayfish, we have pepper, oil, we have salt, seasoning, and plantain with garden egg.
All right, great. Now, how soon are we starting our garden egg sauce?
We need to start matching now.
Okay, so let's take our garden eggs out. Ooh, those onions too.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so for those who missed it earlier on and you're just catching on with us or catching up with us, on your screen right there are the ingredients, people. So get your pen and paper and scribble them down so that you don't miss out on any of the ingredients. Is that all the garden egg we're using?
These ones
okay,
are
so
soft.
I can close the port.
Let me see if I can take more.
Okay.
These ones are soft.
So now we're about to start mashing our garden eggs, which of course have been cooked for a really long time, people. Yes, and they're ready. They're soft, and we're going to mash them up now. And once we're done mashing, what's next? Let's see.
I will put the oil on the pan, then you start frying it.
Okay.
And make the sauce.
All right. Do you need me to put the pan on the heat?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
I'll just do that. We have our palm oil already here. I'm just going to take this away and put our pan on the heat. So once we put in our oil, our palm oil, what's going in next?
The onions.
Okay. I see that you've already chopped our onions there. Can you use crushed onions as well?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. The onions is ready.
Okay. If you need me to do anything, just let me know. I'm
Can
here
you help
to
me
be your
mash
sous
this?
chef. Okay, I can do that as long as I'm not using my hands. But it's fine. Okay. So we're just going to crush this. So it's important for our garden eggs to be really soft, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so let's mash this up. And you can also blend it as well. Yeah. And you can pound it.
Yeah.
If you have a mortar. So, yeah. So there's a lot of work that has to go into the smashing, obviously. Yeah. We have to take a quick break now while I get on with the mashing. We'll be right back, people. Stay with us.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and right about now we have book chats. And of course, I'm looking at a very gorgeous lady, right, who happens to be an advocate for environmental conservation and sustainability. As a Nigerian, conservation founder, NCF ambassador, she lends her voice to Save a Vulture campaign. Okay, it's very interesting because her book that we're actually talking about today is titled Vultures to the Rescue. And of course, I'm talking about none other than the gorgeous Miriam Alonge from Your View. So we pulled her in, we reeled her in from there. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I told myself this was the first question. Tell me about vultures.
Why vultures, right?
Why vultures?
Let me even start with a joke.
Yeah.
When Nigerian Conservation Foundation asked me to be the ambassador for Save Vultures campaign, I had relatives saying, why not a peacock?
Yeah,
why the beautiful birds? Why vultures? And that is really important conversation. So vultures are really important to our environment. Yeah. And many people do not know that. I mean, a lot of us grew up with stories about evil birds, you know, they look dirty, they eat people, you know, things like that. But all those are really untrue. What they do is they clean up our environment. So carcasses, vultures feed on them. So what would happen if we didn't have vultures? Is vultures, like right now, you know, vultures are critically endangered. Many people will tell you they haven't seen vultures in many years.
I haven't seen a vulture in a lot of years.
Good. The effect of that is that we have more diseases spread in our environment. What the vultures would do is eat these carcasses, because when these carcasses decompose, you know, the process of decomposition would allow for diseases to be spread in our soil, in our water, in our air. And so I had to write a book because I wrote a book, a children's book, because I feel that many times when we want to change the mindset, we start from the very youngest generation, and then they'll grow up to be adults that know better, and then they'll do better.
Very, very true. And we all know children like animals, right? They are more open to animals at least and all of that. And it's good to know that, to tell them that, vultures are not as scary as everyone makes them seem. And of course, as much as you say this is a children's book, going through it, I did learn a whole lot and all of that. And I think that's really amazing. So why, at what point did you come to that? Why did you decide to say, when was it that, the whole idea of writing a book about vultures came to you?
Okay, so sometimes at the Nigerian Conservation Foundation, we have events and we have kids come in, and you see these really eloquent environmentalists, conservationists, speakers that would come and talk about the environment, and then the kids are just looking like, okay, when were we going to get biscuits? So I just felt we need to find a language that is much more relatable to the kids. Yeah. And children love colors, they love pictures. They do. So it was really important for me to write this book and write them in such vivid colors so that it will grab their attention. Yes.
I love the princess character.
Thank you.
And I mean, the horses, the way it was all designed, very glossy and very rich and interesting. So now, so to what extent, right, would we say vultures have gone extinct? And what is the way, or what are you trying to do besides this particular project to will I say bring them back? And is it is it feasible?
Yeah, so in the book, I highlight 3 vultures. We have the Egyptian vulture, the hooded vulture, and the white-headed vulture. They're indigenous to Nigeria, and they're critically endangered, meaning we have very few of them. Many of the places where you would see vultures, you wouldn't find them anymore. So this project really is for us to teach people why we need them, and where we see them, we let them grow. So there are some traditional beliefs we have in Nigeria that use vulture for traditional medicine. Oh. So, the Nigerian Conservation Foundation tries to meet up with these babalaos and speak to them about maybe using different options. And for my book, is to teach people that the vulture is not evil. The vulture, you don't need to be afraid of the vulture. When you see the vulture, allow it to grow. It helps you more than really that you're helping it. Actually. So that is the real reason. That's why I wrote this book. But really, because I just want more enlightened Nigerians. Many Nigerians, when you talk to them about vultures, they're like, I didn't know that. I want my Nigerian children to be like, do you know this, and do you know this, and do you know this about the vultures and why they're important? Yes.
Okay, I mean, very, very nice. And I love the fact that you actually depicted that in the book, because, I mean, you gave a scenario where, I mean, definitely go and get the book, I'm sorry about it. But yeah, the scenario where other birds were actually allowed. But then again, the significance of the vultures were actually really, really missing once they were actually away. Yeah. And I think it's really amazing. And of course, we have a burst of colors here, so really attractive, and you should definitely get it. So, I mean, what's next? And I also noticed that we have a lot of games.
Yes, there are activities. So the kids would read the book, and the activities will help them understand how you'll be able to know how much they have understood from reading the book.
And we have a glossary, a glossary.
So there's some tough words, new words. So they go and check what they mean. And then we have fun facts. So the fun facts will tell you about the vultures, but in a way that you understand it. So a child will talk about the hooded vulture, which we describe as a hooded vulture has a hooded sweater. Just like mine.
Yes, true. Very nice. So how long did it take you to put this together?
2021.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
From the writing to the print. Yes.
Wow, that's actually very interesting. So, I mean, are we expecting more projects like this from you? No pressure?
Yeah, for sure. Very soon, because I really want to bring an awareness about endangered species in our environment and our country. And it would be nice, it will be helpful that Nigerians understand what role every animal plays in the ecosystem.
That's actually very, very true. And I love the fact, I mean, I love everything about it. I love how easy the text was. I mean, it's a children's book. And yeah, of course, even I, as an adult, there are a lot of things I didn't know. But then again, as I was going through it, it was easy to understand.
I get that a lot.
And all of that. Thank you so much
you.
For this. And I actually wish you the absolute best. And of course, looking forward to watching your view.
And you are welcome back. Joining us now is a very interesting personality here in the house who started life as in the law, let's put it as a lawyer, and then on into the media, and she has blown the media out of the water. Her name is Omotunde Adebowale David.
Yeah, just before I wanted to mention, just before you mentioned that, I remember studying in school and I came across the word affective fallacy. When someone does something so good, and then it's hard to take out their real life from that person. So that they go, so she's Yoruba? Because Adaku does a perfect job of being that Adaku. It's great to have you. You are welcome.
Lolo, you're welcome, man. Good to have
Thank
you here
you
inside of the
so
studio.
much. It's always a pleasure to sit on your couch. And you guys have been making me blush all morning. So it's good.
We have? Okay, so let's talk about the progression. I know we've heard the story. You're from law, OAP, acting, and all of that very fast. Just for people that maybe don't know, let's talk about the progression of your career.
All right. I started out as a lawyer. Of course, I practiced for like 3 years because I wanted to be sure that it wasn't like I didn't like the profession. I love the delivery of courts when I'm in court, you know, all the drama you can bring. I just didn't like the academic work so much. So I moved into the media, and I was with Radio Nigeria first. I did a couple of years there before I moved to Wazobia. I stayed in Wazobia for a long time, like almost 13 years. Then I left 2019. I became the general manager of another radio station, as Gidi FM. I did that for like almost into 2 years. But you know, when you're a very transient person, it's so very hard for me to just sit in a place and manage like a child. So I knew that I needed that fluidity that my life has always enjoyed. So
okay, I get it now. I get it now.
I want to talk about your influence in media. First off, you started at Radio Nigeria when it comes
Radio
to
Nigeria.
Were you doing indigenous Pidgin English then?
No, I was doing pure English presentation at
now,
that
that's
time.
the thing, because your influence on Pidgin English broadcast is one that they can't separate Lolo from, you know, that Pidgin English broadcast. And people would say that you are one of the pioneers when it comes to that. When you think back, do you know the impact? Does it dawn on you the impact that you had on Pidgin English broadcast?
And how was it when it started? Like, it's not now, it's be fashionable.
You know, I like to be at the beginning of new things because I know that a lot of people have conquered territories, but if you start one, it has such an effect on your life that you are able to cause something to translate and become a phenomenon. In fact, while I was in Wazobia, I've been studied by universities. I personally, as a person, like the delivery, Pidgin Dictionary has come to, you know, interview, try to get your own perspective to words. I've had people do thesis on Pidgin, using me as a case study.
As a case study.
So it's very, very enriching to know that language, you can do anything with it. So for me, it's about communication. It doesn't matter what you're communicating in, as long as you're communicating effectively.
I'd like you to know that I was in one of those classes where you were used as a case study. And the fact that language is something that people are, it's relative. You used words in your time that was not in the Pidgin vocabulary. You make these things up, and all of a sudden they became
Pidgin slang.
They became parlance. Everybody would use them.
Would use them. Wonderful.
It was from you I heard first of the Totori story or something like that, and all of that. I'm like, where do they get them from?
The language is very dynamic. It's just like the English language. You can add to it. You can create. That's why we're human. We're creating beings. And, you know, Pidgin is so beautiful that you can actually have Pidgin based on who you are. Mazino speaks impeccable English. Your Pidgin can actually sound that way because it's a language that you can make your own. If you hear Warri people, like the Warri Pikins of this world, they have a unique way, and their Pidgin is influenced by their language. But there's a way you can speak Pidgin, and that's what I think I did, that you can't tell its place.
Okay.
It doesn't sound Hausa, it doesn't sound Yoruba.
So everybody can identify it some way.
Everybody can identify it, tie with it. And I say Pidgin is just like English in its lowest form.
Okay.
Even when you go to Sierra Leone, you'd hear them speak Creole. It's their type of Pidgin, influenced by their language. So that's how dynamic Pidgin can be for everyone. So I tell people that you don't have to speak Pidgin like me. I use the words, I enjoy it, I create it so that you can be able to buy into it and put some more inflections of yours into it and make the language more
your
interesting.
own. All right, wonderful. Now, a number of people know you for your acting prowess and all of that, you know. But has would you say you have been have you ever been a lawyer in any movie?
No, not yet.
Exactly. So look at how, I mean, look at Lolo. It's like, can Lolo be this composed?
She's a totally different person now.
So would you say that you have been stereotyped in some kind of way?
Well, you can't help being a Nigerian, and in the movie industry, once you start to do comic roles and they like it, they seem to put you in that box. But I have played other characters that are totally not comic. That is English-speaking character. In fact, this character you just played, I spoke Ijebu in it.
But people don't care about it. They want to
produced
see
2 of my own films.
Exactly.
I intentionally started producing indigenous films in Yoruba. I just produced my second one. It's about to come out, maybe on YouTube. It's called Deja Vu. I spoke Yoruba in it. For people to know that there's a lot more that we can do. Language is my thing. It doesn't have to be pidgin. It does. My daughter presently is learning Korea.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's...
You're a very dynamic person. I mean, first of all, you do Yoruba characters. Your name is Lolo, as which is Igbo, and then you speak impeccable English.
I'm thinking of her as Annalise Keating or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, who wants to get away more than this? She's just in the law court and then we've committed some serious crime and let's get Lolo to defend us.
But you know, when you play real life characters, it's just about what you're told to play. And you have to be able to bring to bear who that character is different from you.
You know what? Let's see one of those characters. Let's see Sister Nkiruka, which is another testament to how dynamic she can be. And when we get back, Lolo, you will not be speaking in English.
Yeah.
Let's check this
out.
out.
We'll talk about that then. Tell us now, what's in this character? What's in this character
Like,
about? Make you let us know.
Honestly, a lot of people now.
No.
I beg,
all right.
let us know.
Make her normal. Make her normal. You know, they tell people say, pidgin are my money voice. English, I feel dash anybody, but if you go pay me big money, if I'm to MC your event and I pidgin, I go talk, you go pay more money past the one when I go talk English. What? Yes, because that one everybody take know me.
Okay.
Since I'm curious now, that's, you know, hypocritical sister where sabi religion part everybody. Everybody get that kind of sister Nkiru for anywhere with their day. That everybody knows Mommy Gio now. This is a variation of Mommy Gio according to Lolo. So the character can, you know, he gets your evolution. And everybody just like to play. I like to play with different things.
Now, yes, let me ask this very important question. Being relevant in the entertainment industry, evolution, evolving, and all that, how important is it? How is it helping your career? And how can younger people like us, how can we, you know, just not doing one thing? How important is it to evolve?
I keep telling every broadcaster, every presenter that you are an art form. I don't just consider you a presenter. There is so many parts to you that you need to explore. And I just read up something, adaptability quotient. You must have it in this generation if you're to get ahead. It's not only about emotional intelligence, it's not your social skills any longer. You must be adaptable to know what is going on at the moment. You have to be able to do what everybody is doing, or you just become obsolete. You can't tell me you love typing and you still want to use IBM typewriter.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Now, if there's anybody who has mastered the art of evolution, it would be you.
It would be.
You are moving on to another thing now. I'm not going to let anybody know yet, but you guys will be surprised at how dynamic Lola can be, or multi-day, or whatever you want to call us. Thank you. You know what? We want to reward you, and MM has been in the kitchen all morning.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Adako is who we're rewarding. Come on over.
In that kitchen.
Yes.
Please, no other person.
This is Adako.
We have Adako with us.
Let me pull this out for you.
This is Adako right now. We have switched
characters.
Thank you.
There we go. You good?
Welcome to our kitchen. I know it's not exactly what you would like as Adako, but help us manage it. Yes. This is Chef Splash. And this morning she's made for you unripe plantains with garden egg sauce. And this is a little eating healthy, right?
And they like them.
You they like them?
They smell, they worry.
They worry.
See what I'm talking about?
Okay, so we'd like you to please enjoy.
You know, when Igbo people serve you stuff, in Africa, we know they use cutlery to take up this kind of thing. But because the television may not be like, say, they do anyhow. I go break into the matter.
Please enjoy.
On dissect her small.
I love it when you
But what's Adako's favorite meal?
May we not like give you a goosey eba. Just add them.
Like how many wraps?
It depends on the hunger.
What do you think?
Okay.
No vex. No vex.
No, sir, as you go chop something, go chop them twice.
Okay.
So that we test.
Okay. While we're waiting for the verdict, Mike and Winfrey, anything you'd like to say while we wrap this up quickly?
Mike, no words of wisdom today.
No, what's up? No, calm down. Wisdom will come. No worry. I think a wise man, you know, it comes by the Spirit, so just relax. For today, Lolo is going to, Adaku is going to give us words of wisdom today.
I'm giving you words of wisdom.
Okay, now, like,
okay, so verdicts quickly. What do you think about the meal?
Very, very. In Africa, we they chop this one. This one is something that a lot of us don't know. Say we get our own version of healthy eating.
Yes.
If you see the food now, you go see something not too much. The plantain just there, see the cash on the inside. Even as they chop up, I they feel my bone they strong. Correct. Correct. What else do you want? In the morning, serve daddy this kind of thing. You know, it's going to help you for a long time.
Oh.
Nice.
Well done. Thank you
very
so
wise.
much.
I think I will do for words of wisdom.
Yeah.
I'm inspired for words of wisdom now.
Yes, I always, this is one of my favorite sayings in the world.
Okay.
I say life is an endless circle. So what goes around
comes
must
around.
always come around. So be careful what you sow into the universe. You're going to get it back.
Nice.
If there was time now, I'm inspired now.
You're inspired to give your own. Mike, please go.
I just think
No, Udo. Okay,
now,
yeah, try. Give.
You see, you say what goes around comes around. They say sometimes the frog is running in the daytime. It's either pursuing something or something's pursuing it. So that means something's going around, coming around. But there's a third option. What if the frog is doing feed farm and it's not eating this thing? Think about it.
Think about it.
I don't know if there's anything to think about there, but anyways, that's all right. Thank you so much to everyone. Thank you so much, Lolo, for being here. And thank you, NC Splash, for this recipe, beautiful one. To all our guests and contributors this morning, thank you so much. Mazino?
Catch you guys tomorrow for Friday edition. You're going to love it.
Bye-bye.